I'd like to get something out there to the opposite sex. I've shared so many videos about this, and this is my last and final video. If I happen to be chastising one of my own for rebelling, disrespecting, and disgracing my presence, I'm going to chastise him, and I don't care. You she-fails out there need to learn and understand one thing. And I don't know how many more times I have to get this through your thick, degenerative little heads. You are not above us men, and you never will be. Know your darn role. And as God is my witness, if you ever, and I mean ever, interrupt me when chastising one of my own for rebelling, I will reveal God's wrath onto you also, and I will put you in your place. Unconditional love does not mean unconditional tolerance to degenerative, disgraceful, disrespectful behaviours. And people are going to learn this the hard way. Because the same old people that display this behaviour are the same old people that keep on crawling back when they begin to realise that the grass is not greener after all. But guess what? I am not taking any of you back. Because I have self-respect. I have people out there that see me for who I really am, that happen to respect, appreciate, as well as unconditionally love me, without having to force me against my free will to be someone that I'm not, in order to fit into the system like everybody else. These are my people. And I do not give a crap as to what any of you think to this video at the end of the day. I don't take orders from you women. I never in a million years will take orders from you women. So consider this your last and final warning. I am not going to warn you again. The next time that I am interrupted and you decide to try and get these pathetic little upper hands above me, I am going to knock you so hard on your ass, you're going to wish that you didn't even open your mouth toward me. I know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Learn it and plant the seed within your heads. Us men are the prize. We are the breadwinner. And I don't care how many of you she-fails I have to royally piss off when getting the truth out there. You're not entitled to us men, and you never will be. All you're entitled to, essentially, are the breadcrumbs and the scraps that you fight amongst yourselves in the attempt to get from off the face of the earth. That is what you're entitled to. You're not entitled to me or any of God's other chosen ones that are trying to sort their lives out. And again, this excludes the guy that I was with today. This is the last and final time that I refuse, point blank period, to be taken advantage of. It is what it is. And if you people can't handle the fact that I have boundaries and you're getting really pissed off because you can't get your own way with me, that is on you. They are your own projections. And you need to sort your lives out. rather than trying to dim the flame within somebody else's life in the hopes that it will make your life that little bit brighter, that little bit better, when in reality it won't. Because all you are doing essentially is bringing spiritual death and spiritual warfare within your life through the connections that you currently have as we speak. I know how the devil operates. I know how he works. I know every little demonic influence or being that he sends my way. I know everything. And I'm not backing down for anyone's business. So know your darn role, you she-fails. And let this be a life lesson that if you continue with the games, I will make your lives unimaginably painful to live. You're lucky that in today's society, in today's world, I've not lopped your heads off already with the sword. Because back in 2,000 years ago, you wouldn't have been so lucky. Things have changed. They're not quite the same. It's all spiritual now. But the point I'm trying to make is that you women will never be above us men. You're deluded. You're brainwashed. You're conditioned. You're in denial. And you will forever live your life like this until your last dying day on earth. I'm not going to save any of your asses. No. Because at the end of the day, you were quick enough to throw me under the bus. You were quick enough to play all of these games thinking that you're big and cool, that you have a life going for you. But it's funny, isn't it, how the tables have turned. It's funny, isn't it, as to see who's really in charge when it involves both sexes within relationships and friendships. And it isn't you she-fails, it is us men. So fellas, take notes from this video. If your wives are currently giving you shite, trial separate. File for a trial separation or divorce them at the end of the day. Because if they're displaying disrespect and disgrace towards me, what means that they're not showing you this type of behaviour behind your backs as soon as your backs are turned, when you're working all hours of the day trying to make a big juicy living in order to provide for your family even. These women aren't entitled, and they never will be. And this is going to pee off some of you men out there. I've already said this numerous of times, but the right type of men, it is also going to get their attention for the right reasons. Because they know deep down, whether they want to believe it or not, I am speaking the truth. So to you women, like I said, the more you keep these games up, the more and more and more and more and more and more men are just going to walk away from your ass. And you're going to be left with nothing. And this is your life lesson. This is what happens when you take advantage of good people. I don't believe in karma even. I do, however, believe in consequence. And I see it in a lot of your faces already, which tells me everything I need to know. You're crushed and you're defeated. You're miserable. So, don't go around interrupting, like I said, us men, on what we have to say. And don't complain to any of your friends later as to why you've been treated like a degenerative imposter, as you will. Oh, this guy said this, he said that. He hurt my poxy little feelings and emotions. If you can't handle the truth. I know deep down a lot of you do this because you love the attention. You love that arsehole attention that I'm so desperately trying to kill off at the minute, because it is not who I am, but yet you still to this day feel it necessary to try and bring that side of me out. And then you complain later on as to why your lives are crashing above your heads. You complain, running, screaming and crying to mummy and daddy as to why you can't get your own spoiled brat like ways with me. Newsflash, I don't have any compassion, I have no remorse, I have no empathy, I have nothing towards any of you, because this is all on you. You've brought this upon yourselves, thinking that you are above God's creation, as well as his throne, might I add. And you never will be, and you're in for one rude awakening. You will forever be in for one rude awakening. And you're going to forever, like I said, remain defeated and crushed until you begin to acknowledge the error of your ways. You hold yourselves accountable and responsible for your actions. And this is why a lot of us men are now single, and rightfully so. As a matter of fact, a lot of us enjoy our singleness. Why is this, do you think? Because we have the Holy Spirit. Whether we still have attachments we're currently trying to work on in order to shift even. We have soul connections. Not soulmates, but connections. We have soul connections to help guide us and teach us as to where we are going wrong within our lives in order to correct us and push us forward. Yet, those of you that feel it necessary to keep on playing these games with me have nothing to show for your games other than guilt, shame, frustration, depression, sadness, grief, anger, agoraphobia, sleep deprivation, and only God knows what other worldly program, anxiety, there you go, paranoia, all of these other things. I'm not the one that's trapped and enslaved with any of these emotions, but yet each and every one of you are, that felt it necessary to keep on, like I said, taking and taking and taking without holding yourselves accountable and responsible. This is why I love being an arsehole towards the system, because it shows the system who's really in charge. And it's this guy right here and the rest of us that are sick and tired with the complete and utter disgrace and degenerative behaviours within today's society. It will come to an end, as God is my witness. The second coming of Jesus Christ is testimony to this. There is going to be an end. And there's going to be a lot of people trapped and enslaved within their emotions and feelings when they begin to realise that they've missed the rapture. Or should I say the second coming of Jesus Christ, might I add. All because they thought that the life that they were living out of hate, oppression, rebellion even, and only God knows what else was the real life, even after hearing the truth for what it really is. End of discussion.